Making money like a mint, laying in my ice like shrimp. Mint condition that I'm in, coming with the freshness.
Alright, so we're back today, and I have 3 final projects to work on. One is up here, one is the doors, and then one actually I just finished up is behind this cabinet. So I apologize for the noise right now. There's a guy out front drilling a giant hole, so I can't show you what I wanted to show you, but basically what I did back here is I built a door and a drawer front, and it finishes us off really nice. And so today we're moving on to this piece. Last night I got these panels cut out, just attached temporarily so I could make sure that things were lining up. And we're gonna pop these off today, start painting them, and then over the weekend we're gonna start working on the shiplap for up here. And then these doors will be nice and finished off. So I'm gonna pop these off and then just kind of show you what I did with those panels. So let's get to it. Woo! Alright, just a heads up, to get this handle off, it's pretty easy. There's a little hole here on the top, and this is inside of that little hole, and you just need to push that out, and this thing just pops right out. Pretty easy. Other thing I wanted to point out is that we had this little shoe rack hanging on the back here, and it ended up being really nice during our trip. So we put some cross nuts in here so that we can just put some bolts through the wood once we have our 1/4 inch up. Alright, so we have the bottom panels back on. So start. Good start for the day. The shiplap is currently drying. Tomorrow we will attempt to start cutting these. I think I actually need to put a support beam in here because the problem is that you can't go to the edge here with your shiplap or with this panel because you need to watch out for the gasket right here. So it only gives me a little bit to work with right here. So what I think I'm gonna do instead of trying to go in here is put a 1x3 here so that I can attach my shiplap here and then on the edge. But yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Alright, so we're back this morning, and yesterday I put up these support beams that I was talking about. I just cut them so that they were kind of angled with the metal. It's a little bit of putzing around, but those feel nice and solid. And now I'm starting to get ready to put the shiplap up. And what I've done is traced all around the gasket. And then up here you gotta watch out for as well. Because if you just try to match the door, the shiplap's gonna hit this gasket. It's not gonna close. So I've got it all traced out on both sides. Also, one door is like 2 inches bigger than the other, so just be wary of that. So I'm gonna start cutting these pieces of shiplap out and getting them thrown up on the door. Got one side done, at least all the easy pieces. I gotta just trim one piece for that top, but we'll do that last. Let's start working on the right side now. Phew. Alright, this looks pretty good. I just need to do these two top pieces. We're gonna call this done for today. Clean up all these holes another time. Alright, so the back doors are done. I ended up filling all the holes in the shiplap and repainting them. It's looking pretty sick in my opinion. And if you hadn't noticed, I also finished these back corner pieces. So without that wood, you end up with these black plastic covers that look a little out of place in my opinion. So I ended up taking a day and, tried to create some templates. Made those corner pieces. Ended up looking really nice, so I kept them. I did leave the screws showing so that I could pop them off if I need to. And then last but not least, I also finished this upper piece over the sliding door. Just like every other project in the van, huge pain in the butt. But it did turn out nice, and it just kind of tidies up this area. And yeah, look at that. We got ourselves a van. One other thing I'll point out is I did make these shelves on the back of these uppers. Those are just really nice to have, and it just kind of cleaned up that back area as well. So I guess if you've made it this far, I really appreciate all your support. We're gonna call the van 100% complete. I will be doing a van tour at some point in the future. I don't know when that will come out. But as always, thank you for all the questions and comments. If I haven't gotten back to you, I will at some point. I still will be posting some videos about the van in the future. I'm gonna go over my electrical and my plumbing at some point. And then there's all sorts of maintenance and all those kinds of fun things to deal with in the future. So if you're interested, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.